yeah, bring that shit on, man. Oh, God, I love it. Awesome. Oh, God, that hurt a little, but I'm all right.
Hey guys, what is going on? As always, it's Chris here with Shugghead Gaming, and here's my review for MLB Home Run Derby for the PSVR. MLB Home Run Derby is developed and published by the MLB, so that should be your first sign that it's time to go stretch those ass muscles, because if you bought this at full price like I did, you're about to take a whole baseball bat right up the pooper without even so much as a spilt beer for lubrication. Without further delay, I give you PSVR's cash grab of spring 2018. Guys, don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more PSVR content from me, please consider hitting subscribe. In addition, I'm going to be giving away 4 free copies of an actual PSVR sports game, VRFC. So stay till the end of the video. I'll be giving away details about how you can get your hands on a copy of that. Without further delay, let's get into it. As always, graphics are up first. Okay, so yes, this game goes for a realistic graphic look, and yes, it's somewhat successful at that. The feeling of being in a real MLB stadium was partially successful, and it did help with the immersion. Glimmer from the lighting of the stadium lights was nice, as was the fireworks after a home run. Textures and sharpness of the bat were on point, and honestly, that's the least we could ask for. Finally, the pitching animation was also on point, as it was likely ripped out of the actual PS4 MLB release anyway. Finally, menu screens and presentation were also done fine, as it also looked like reused assets from TV productions and previous games. On the flip side, graphics outside of the batter box take a huge dive resolution-wise and are a jagged, blurry mess. This is somewhat expected for the required draw distance of a baseball game and it being on the PSVR, but this is particularly shitty, and appears to have had the minimum effort applied. This isn't helped by the craptastic crowd effects and animations that are pretty horrible even up close. While the feeling of being in a real stadium and the overall immersion was partially there, as I said, I couldn't help but feel the scale just wasn't there, and I never once felt the intimidation of an entire stadium looming over me. Sounds are up next. And again, with previous MLB games having been released, you would expect half-decent sounds. You wouldn't be wrong, but again, the minimum effort here is applied. Crowd sounds, stadium ambiance, stadium music, and the sounds of hitting the ball are all present, but only enough to service this incredibly basic package. The 3D sound is basically absent, and the sounds of hitting the ball basically range from a hard hit to the bunt sound, and that's it. There really isn't any music variety, and there's no sound adjustment options at all. It's very obvious that the devs didn't expect anyone to play this game for more than a try and pass it on scenario. And that brings us to gameplay. I actually spent more time in this game than I expected. Not because I had fun, but purely because I was trying to figure out the wonky physics and hit detection at play here. First off, as much as I wanted to use both arms to swing, it became obvious that one-arming it got much better results. Sometimes I would think speed and timing was the key, as you would expect. Then all of a sudden, when showboating to the crowd, I would turn around and in a poor attempt, kinda spaz at the ball, and only to have it hit the lower part of the bat and give me one of my best hits. I truly found myself feeling a Happy Gilmore, just swinging away with zero fucks given to form and skill. I will leave you with this tip though. Getting slightly under the ball seems to help. And that's all I got. Everything else is a crapshoot. The pitcher won't try and mix things up with tricky throws, and you'll actually have to try and miss a shot. Even on the pro difficulty, I really didn't notice much difference other than targets in the outfield changing slightly. There are only 3 stadiums, no day-night settings, and only 1 mode and 1 scoring system. The only positive I will give this is the hitting, when you do connect and see the ball flying out, feels cool. But this will only serve us to make you wish for a real baseball game. And this brings us to fun factor and my final verdict. Yes, this game was fun. For 5 minutes. Once you realize it's basically an advertisement for the MLB that you paid $25 for, you will wish you had a real bat so you could beat yourself with it. This is the worst type of VR game. It's got big money behind it and in the creation and the promotion of it. And it's one of the worst VR games this year. Unfortunately, this will likely get reviewed by Push Square and IGN for clicks, while ignoring games such as Just in Time Incorporated, and it will further to help promote the untrue ideologies that VR sucks and is dying. As you know, I rate games on a scale of buy it, wait for a sale, or burn it to the ground. This is definitely a burn it to the ground. Games like this should be free and used purely as promotional gimmicks for the promoter or not exist at all. If you're a huge baseball fan, I still say wait for a deep sale if you can, or just go outside and hit a ball. Anyways, if you'll excuse me, I paid for this game and I have an appointment with a bottle of Vaseline and a baseball bat. Anyways, guys, if you like this video and not this game, hit that like button. And as always, if you want to see more PSVR content from me, you know the deal. Consider subscribing. Also, as promised, I'm giving away 4 free copies of a real PSVR sports game, and that's VRFC. It's a soccer game. Simple, guys. Leave a comment below, and this Wednesday, May 2nd, I will be posting a follow-up video announcing the winners for those 4 free copies. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I'm Chris from Shuggheads Gaming, and I will catch you on my next video, which just happens to be Killing Floor for PSVR.